The US and China, two unmatched naval giants gearing up for a showdown that could reshape global power. With advanced fleets and rising tensions, could this be the start of the next global conflict? Here's what you need to know. The Pacific Ocean is one of the world's biggest oceans and would likely be the battleground. It's a vast expanse, big enough to hide fleets, but small enough to make every island, every base, and every ship critically important. The region is already packed with tensions like Taiwan Strait and South China Sea, and disputed territories like the Spratly Islands. Pacific is where the US Navy's dominance could be challenged by China's growing maritime ambitions. It will be like the fight between King Kong and Godzilla. Now let's talk about US, the king of the seas if you will. Because when it comes to aircraft carriers, the US Navy isn't just in the game, it owns the field. With 11 nuclear-powered carriers in active service, they built a fleet unmatched by any other nation. These massive ships don't sail solo either. They're backed by strike groups featuring guided missile destroyers, cruisers, submarines, and resupply ships. Together, they form a defense system so tight, it's practically untouchable. But have you ever wondered where these sea giants are right now, what missions they're on, and what secrets they carry? And let's not forget, there's one in particular that stands out. A true heavyweight with the kind of firepower that could change the course of history. But before we get there, let's break it down. Hit like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing, and we're diving deep into the stories behind these titans of the sea. The US Navy carriers fall into two classes. The first one is the legendary Nimitz class. With 10 carriers in this category, every single one is nuclear powered, built for endurance and strength. Let's dive into them. Number 11, the USS Gerald R. She is the first of her class in the US Navy, with a displacement of around 100,000 long tons, making her a formidable force. Capable of carrying over 75 aircraft, she's a powerhouse in the skies, equipped with advanced defenses like 2 RIM-162 ESSM launchers and 2 RIM-116 RAM systems. 10. The USS George H.W. Bush. It is the 10th and final Nimitz-class supercarrier in the US Navy, at a massive 1,092 feet long. With a capability to carry 90 fixed-wing aircrafts and helicopters, this mighty carrier plays a crucial role in global defense. Next comes one of the Titan. Number 9. The USS Ronald Reagan. Meet the USS Ronald Reagan, a powerhouse in the Nimitz class of nuclear-powered supercarriers. As the 9th ship in her class, this carrier has an impressive displacement of 101,400 long tons and can carry up to 90 fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters, making her a dominant force on the seas and in the skies. Number 8. The USS Harry S. Truman. Say hello to the USS Harry S. Truman, the 8th mighty Nimitz-class aircraft carrier in the US Navy. Originally serving as the flagship carrier Group 2, she transitioned to lead carrier Strike Group 10 in 2004. With a displacement of 103,900 long tons, this carrier is a force to be reckoned with, and when it comes to aviation, she's ready to carry up to 90 fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters, making her an unstoppable presence in the sky. Number 7. The USS John C. Stennis. Introducing the USS John C. Stennis, named after Senator John C. Stennis of Mississippi. As the 7th Nimitz-class nuclear-powered supercarrier in the US Navy, she stands tall with a displacement of 103,300 tons and an impressive length of 1,092 feet. Powered by 2 cutting-edge Westinghouse A4W nuclear reactors running on high-enriched uranium at 93.5%, this massive vessel is built for both speed and endurance. Number 6. The USS George Washington. Meet the USS George Washington. This nuclear-powered aircraft carrier is the 6th ship in the legendary Nimitz class. With a displacement of 104,200 long tons and a length of 1,092 feet, her impressive armament includes 2 Mach 57 Mod 3 Sea Sparrow launchers, 2 RIM-116 rolling airframe missiles, and 3 Phalanx CIWS for ultimate protection. And when it comes to aviation, this powerhouse can carry 90 fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters. Number 5. The USS Abraham Lincoln. Get ready to meet the mighty USS Abraham Lincoln, the 5th Nimitz-class aircraft carrier in the US Navy and the 3rd ship to carry the name of the legendary president. Serving as the flagship of the carrier Strike Group 3, she proudly hosts Carrier Air Wing 9 and is home to the commander of Destroyer Squadron 21. This 1,092-foot giant weighs 104,300 long tons. Number 4. The USS Theodore Roosevelt. It is the 4th powerhouse in the Nimitz-class fleet of nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. Named after the bold and adventurous 26th US President, Theodore Roosevelt, this giant of the seas was launched in 1984 and made her mark during the Gulf War in 1991. Fast forward to August of 2024 and she's still making waves, deployed with Carrier Air Wing 11 and Carrier Strike Group 9. At an impressive 1,092 feet long and boasting a displacement of 104,600 tons, she is a true engineering marvel. Powered by 2 mighty Westinghouse A4W nuclear reactors and 4 steam turbines driving 4 shafts, this carrier is built for power and endurance. Wait and witness the arrival of the Titans. 3. The USS Carl Vinson. It is the 3rd Nimitz-class supercarrier in the US Navy, and her story is as remarkable as the man she's named after, Carl Vinson, a Georgia congressman who played a pivotal role in shaping the Navy's future. From bold missions in Operation Desert Strike and Operation Iraqi Freedom to crucial roles in Operation Southern Watch and Operation Enduring Freedom, this mighty carrier has been at the center of some of history's most defining moments. Number 2. The USS Dwight D. Eisenhower. The USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, affectionately called Ike, is a true legend of the seas. Commissioned in 1977, it is the 2nd Nimitz-class carrier and the first to honor the 34th President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a World War II hero and master strategist. With decades of service under its belt, Ike has proven its mettle time and time again, earning numerous awards, including the prestigious Battle E for efficiency across multiple decades and the Major E. Stewart Battleship Fund Award in 1999. And at number 1, we have the USS Nimitz. The USS Nimitz is the lead ship of her class. This nuclear-powered aircraft carrier stretches over 1,092 feet and displaces 100,000 tons. It has 2 nuclear reactors, propelling it to 30 or more knots. The USS Nimitz brings an incredible team to the seas. Destroyer Squadron 9 backs it with powerhouse ships like the USS Curtis Wilbur, Fitzgerald, Gridley, and Sampson. Meanwhile, Carrier Air Wing 17 amps up air power with strike fighter squadrons like the Fighting Redcocks and the Mighty Shrikes, flying FA-18 Super Hornets. Add EA-18G Growlers, E-2D Hawkeyes, MH-60 Seahawks, and even C-2 Greyhounds for logistics, and you've got an unstoppable strike force. Now, let's turn our attention to China's impressive fleet, because did you know that China has the world's largest maritime fighting force, with 234 warships, surpassing the US Navy's 219? This includes all active-duty missile or torpedo-armed ships and submarines over 1,000 metric tons, plus 22 missile-armed corvettes transferred to China's Coast Guard. Additionally, the plan has 80 missile-armed small patrol craft. While the US Navy has around 290 battle force ships, including 126 logistic vehicles, the plan boasts 167 such vehicles. But let's dive into their aircraft carriers. Starting with number 3, Fujin. Built by Jiangnan Shipyard, this massive aircraft carrier hit the water on June 17, 2022. Stretching 316 meters long and 76 meters wide, it's all about size and function. With a full load displacement clocking in at around 80,000 to 85,000 tons, this isn't just a ship, it's a floating powerhouse. 2. Shandong. Here's one to watch, the Shandong. Crafted by Dalian Shipbuilding Industry under China's Shipbuilding Industry Corporation, it's a Type 002 carrier that takes the Russian Kuznetsov class design and tweaks it for China's playbook. With room for 30 aircraft, it's built to make waves, both in the air and across the sea. And at number 1, we have Liaoning. China's Type 001 aircraft carrier has quite the backstory. It started life in Ukraine before being transformed into a key piece of PLA Navy. Built by the Dalian Shipbuilding Industry and completed in 2011, it reportedly cost around $120 million. With a displacement ranging from 43,000 tons light to a hefty 60,900 tons fully loaded, the ship doesn't mess around. It's 306.4 meters long, powered by steam TV-12 turbines and 8 kVg-4 boilers, and has room for up to 40 aircraft. Its lineup includes 24 Shenyang J-15 fighters, 6 Z-18F helicopters, 6 Z-18J helicopters, and 2 Harbin Z-9 helicopters, an air wing ready for action. So could a naval conflict between the US and China erupt in the near future? Well, the growing tensions over the South China Sea, Taiwan, and military presence in key waters have sparked fears of potential clashes. Both superpowers are expanding their naval fleets, China with its formidable warships, and the US showing a strategic presence in the Indo-Pacific. With China's assertive stance on territorial disputes and the US's commitment to maintaining freedom of navigation, things could escalate quickly. Is it just a display of power, or are the risks bigger than what we realize? The delicate balance of diplomacy, military might, and global influence mean that even a minor misstep could spark a full-scale confrontation. As the geopolitical landscape shifts, the battle between the US and China carrier fleets could define the future of global power dynamics. The stakes are high, and the world is watching. What do you think will happen next? Like, share, and subscribe and stay updated on the latest developments. And if you're fascinated by the mysteries of power and strategy, don't miss our deep dive into the Pentagon's hidden history to uncover the truths that have shaped global defense and intrigue for decades. Stay tuned for more.